Right, floors and everything are all back in. What are you up to in here, Jolie?
I'm just having a bit of a spring clean.
Excellent.
Amazing what a dustpan can do.
Jolie, what is the plan today?
So we've got a short distance just to load everything in, basically.
No, I mean your van.
Oh!
So the van that Jolie was looking at, it sold before we managed to get up there. So we came back to Birmingham to Mark and Rachel's, and the guy's like, "Oh, we've got someone looking at it today," and it sold.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, and then there was another one that was even more local, and that sold. But you've seen one which is going to be on the way
I
back.
have, yes. It's about 10 minutes from here.
Right.
I just thought, we could maybe swing by, have a look.
Let's go. Okay, van is packed. I don't know how I acquire so much stuff. So we're just heading off. We didn't have the easiest start. The battery was quite low and it wouldn't start on the starter motor. And what we ended up doing was bump starting it. So thank you to Jolie and of course Rachel, who pushed this enormous vehicle down the road and we got it going. But Jolie, where are we going now?
Hi. So we're hopefully just around the corner. There's a van I see, because the other two obviously didn't work out. So yeah, hopefully this one's the one.
We've been to see the van, and it's kind of like, was it a Transit, an old Ford Transit thing? And it's got quite a lot of rust on it, and one of the tyres is bald, but there is a spare with good tread. And they're wanting 2.5, and they say we go as low as 2.2. I'm saying to Jolie, I don't think it's worth more than 1,500. Now Jolie, before we talk business about vans, what is it you're putting in my tea? What is this?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell? What is?
So yet again, the skimmed milk returns.
That's powdered milk. What happened to our oat milk?
Oh, it's skim powdered.
Did you drink the oat milk?
I don't really know what happened. I think we'll blame Mark and Richie. They probably drank.
So if they don't accept 1,500, Jolie, do you reckon you'll buy the van or not?
No, I think,
Find something else.
Yeah, I had a budget and there'll be others, won't there,
So we just went to see the van, and really lovely guy, but the offer that we made was much lower than they were willing to go. And I said to Jodie, with the amount of welding and work and tyres, like 2 tyres, it's not worth it. So we said, oh, thank you very much.
Lovely to me. They had a nice van, but
they had a nice camper.
We need to go find some fuel now.
Yep.
Maybe a little low.
Despite the van for Jolie didn't work out, we're heading back down to Sussex, but I've got all of my stuff with me, so this is the last time we're actually driving up to Birmingham for a while. We've got 149 miles to go. This time though, we can't really sleep in the back because it's full of everything. Made it all the way home in one go. No need to pull over and stop. We're all good. The van has been running really nicely. At one point we were cruising quite happily at about 50, and I really wasn't having the touch and throttle very hard, so that's really good. And the M25, my most feared road, wasn't too bad, but it is Saturday, so yeah, pretty good. But we're home now. So today has been successful and unsuccessful. So the bad parts is we haven't found a camper van for Jolie yet. However, we are looking at one that's local to Sussex tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Jolie's just inside at my parents' house at the moment having a shower. I've just been tidying up in here, making a bit of space. Now, despite how well my camper drove on the way home, as I mentioned earlier, it didn't exactly come to the easiest start in the morning. It wasn't easy to start it, and basically it was parked on a drive towards a brick wall on a hill, going downhill, and I had to put it into reverse gear and use the crank start to get it off the drive so we could bump start it down the road. This wasn't filmed until this evening. I found out that it was actually caught on the Ring camera at Mark and Rachel's, so enjoy. So we're just off to view this van this morning. If this one doesn't work out, then we'll just keep trying. But in a couple of days we will be heading to Pembrokeshire, so see how it goes. Hey Jolie, have you seen the Horsebox you're interested in?
Oh my god!
It's really quite something. Now we've just looked at the Horsebox. It really had a lot going for it. So it's 1974. It's got an electronic ignition conversion. The entire body is made out of aluminium, meaning it won't rust. The chassis is very strong and industrial. It's basically rust-free, really strong engine. It's great, and it would have been a perfect conversion, and one hell of a eccentric one. But the brakes don't work at all. And nothing, and I did a few tests. I know, I did a few tests on it because the guy was like, oh, you might need to bleed the brakes, and I'm like, there's nothing to bleed. The pedal goes to the floor. I think the master cylinder on it has gone, and that's quite a fiddly job. And the thing is, we're looking for something that we can drive to Wales now, and he was like, well, the handbrake works. I'm like, yeah, but we've got like, what, nearly 300 miles to drive, so that's not happening, particularly in a vehicle that big, or any vehicle for that matter. How are you feeling, Jolie?
I'm okay, yeah. I mean, oh, it's a beautiful van, I can see it. But it's like we were sort of saying, weighing up, it's a massive engine and it's petrol, and I think the running costs of that as an everyday vehicle and living in it would probably be through the roof. So I think it's for the best. There'll be others, you know. That is the most gorgeous.
That's like a kid's one, isn't it? I'm just settling in for the evening now. Just lit the paraffin heater, but sometimes when you light those, at least this type, if the paraffin has been absorbed into the wick, it can soak up into the chimney, and when you light it, it's incredibly smoky, so I've put it outside. So you can see all the smoke coming off here. That's basically the paraffin in liquid form vaporizing as it's heating up the chimney. It will only do this for about 2 to 3 minutes, and once it clears and it dries off, it will burn without the smoke, but it's easier just to put it outside. Despite the fact that we haven't found Jolie a camper yet, at least when we get down to South Wales, we're bound to find one down there, because let's face it, South Wales is kind of camper van haven. If there's somewhere we're going to find one, it will be there, I hope. But anyway, I'm just going to sort out over the next couple of days what's coming with me, what's not, and then we will finally head to Wales once again, despite all the setbacks that we've had. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the progress so far. If any of you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments and I can answer there or in a future video. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon.